Yes, Jan, yeah, morning to you guys and ladies on that side. No, I looked at the team they announced and the team we announced, and I think we're both going with a 5-3 split, and what they're bringing off the bench and we bringing off the bench, I think it's very much similar. And there hasn't been a lot between us. I've got a good referee, we know the way he referees. I think scrum times is going to be big for both teams, and I think both teams have been scrumming well. You know, there's no 6-2 splits. I think the team they selected got a lot of guys that's biting real hard at the breakdown. Quagga coming off the bench, Du Plessis coming off the bench, will be biting hard. We've got a lock on the bench, they've got a lock on the bench, and a full front row, and almost 9 a midfielder and a winger, the same as us. So I think both coaches and management team and coaching staff are expecting a really tight game, and I guess it's the belief at the vital moments, and that's always been the last couple of years. I know there was that big 57-0 by them way back then, and then we had one big one at Twickenham, but yeah, I think it's belief and the right decisions and momentum shifting moments which any team handle the best. So I can't pinpoint it to one or two things. I think in all areas of the game it's going to be a hell of a competitive. So sorry for not having a straight up answer. Ja, okay, so die eerste een in ons gaat nie ons span verander nadat ons, ek het dit in maandag se perskonferensie probeer verduidelik en miskien Percy het dit nie heeltemal reg oorgekom nie. Teen ons, kyk ons het 'n slip-up gehad teen Australië in ons eerste game. Met ons beplanning in die jaar, weet, wil ons graag daai game gewen het. Maar ons het altyd geweet hierdie 2 games teen Nieu-Seeland. Ek weet omdat ons teen Australië verloor het is dan obviously extra druk op ons. Maar ons het altyd geweet elke klein voordeel wat ons teen Nieu-Seeland kan kry in Nieu-Seeland sal ons al bietjie help, en ons het gedink om die span aan te kondig later sal ons bietjie help. En ek dink ek het dit probeer so eerlik moontlik sê maandag. So JL sou gespeel het en if jy het Pieter, wat is sy naam, Sia, as ons ouens nie op maandag kan oefen nie, dan word nie gekies op Saterdag nie. Dit is nog altyd ons policy gewees. Maar toe Sia voluit geoefen maandag en JL het sy knie het gegaan Dinsdag het sy knie gegaan ongelukkig en ek dink hy's uit vir 'n taamlike periode so JL sou gespeel het. En dan het ons het klaar die kaptein aangekondig maandag, so omdat ons eers Woensdag hier die spanverandering gemaak het met Sia, weet Sia het self gesê dit sal maar weet alles hoe ons beplan het en hoe ons kommunikeer en wat ons geoefen het hoe om te kommunikeer met mekaar op die veld. HJC leiding gevat en saam met Eben en Ox voor. So net omdat Sia nou op 'n laat oomblik ingekom het, omdat jy al beseer was, maak dit meer sin vir ons, en ek bedoel, dis van Sia se kant af self gekom, en ek dink die hele span aanvaar het so. Is daar iets wat ek nie geantwoord het, die pus? Ja, ek dink laas keer, mense sê ons baie keer iets in 'n perskonferensie, en dan by dit jou so bietjie, as jy nie bietjie daarop uitbrei nie. Jy weet hoe ek gesê het, ek dink Australië speel die tipe game wat ons speel in 2019, toe sê ek, en ek dink dis die way vir ons om te gaan, het ek glad die kritiek op Australië gelewer, ek het nie gesê, dis nie die way wat hulle moet gaan nie. Ons voel net met almal wat nou 6-2 splits doen, en almal wat die soort van die bomsquad ding doen, moet ons verskillende maniere kan speel, om in 'n goeie pool te kan kom, en om in die volgende 2 jaar, is nou eers 2025, die World Cup is eers in 2027, so ons sal ons game redelik moet aanpas, maar ons het nooit gesê dat in wat is die regte woord, tough clutch games, baie belangrike wedstryde, moet ons nie typiese ou toets rugby kan speel en spanne squeezy. So ja, en ek dink as jy na hierdie span kyk, ek het dit by Matthew by Matt Pierce gehoor nou net, is eintlik baie interessant. Die starting line-up wat in die backline wat die naweek speel, ek op die match squad van my hoor ek hierdie stat gee nie. Ek het dit nie geweet nie, die agterlyn wat die naweek begin is presies dieselfde een wat in Kaapstad begin het. En in die forward pack is dit omtrent 1 of 2 changes, so dis 'n jaar later. Ek dink Jaden was op skram af ingewees en ek dink Franna het nog steeds gespeel in Bongi. Ja, dis 'n baie settled team, en baie keer moet ons net 'n game speel asof dit moet wen is en ons regte toetsrugby moet speel, maar ons glo ook nie net Australië gekritiseer het, ek glo ook ons moet 'n manier kan speel baie keer as ons agter is in 'n game of ons moet regtig die game bietjie wyd vat. Moet ons daai ability aanleer en ons het die balans verloor in Australië, so ons glo die span wat ons hier gekies het gaan bietjie beter wees in daai opsig. No, we weren't quite sure. That's why I said on Monday, Nathan, you know, if you're playing New Zealand in New Zealand, you need every single bit of advantage. Not that I think it's a massive advantage, but for us not 100% knowing the team they would pick, and again, there's 4 or 5 surprises that we didn't think would be in the team. And I guess that's why we were front up and said, yeah, we will also only name our team on Thursday. Sometimes we feel naming a team on a Monday, it's out of the way and the speculation is out of the way. You know, we're away from home, we don't see all the speculation and permutations people think that should be picked and so on. So yeah, you know, I mean, Holland on the bench, we know that Lomax would have came into the mix. We were sure Walter would play. I wasn't sure about the sixth flanker that's playing. Obviously, we know Sevilla would play. There was always doubt about the nines, but I think you know the starting 9 played against us in the World Cup final. I wasn't sure whether they're going to swap outside centre and wings and where Will Jordan would play. So no, we were. That's why I said on Monday we were guessing a bit, and we just thought let's even the playing field that both teams only really know the teams on Thursday, and that's the truth. Yeah. No, Craig, I hope I didn't downplay the game in my previous comments. No, it's a massive game, and not just for the reason that it's Eden Park, and I mean, there's many contributing factors. The history, I mean, not a lot of our guys who's been here has won in New Zealand. I never won as a player, I think, in New Zealand. And we, as a coach, drew one and won one. So for a lot of the players, even though they're really experienced, it's massive just playing in New Zealand and downplaying it. The only reason I said I don't think we can say with all honesty or openness that it isn't the biggest test match is just because there's teams that's beaten us at home, like Ireland, like Australia. And I just wanted to compare that. We say, you know, if this game's the biggest, what about those games where we were beaten? So no, it is a massive game. It's all other test countries that we play, in my opinion. There's some of the specialness. You know, Ireland's always technically sort of a challenge. In Australia, since the Greg and Larkham days, I always found them very tough to play against. But New Zealand, there's history from the Flower Bomb games since the Cavaliers, since we were little boys watching them. That were the team that they currently won the world again. And when we wanted to get us back onto the map, where people believed in us, everybody, you know, opposition, referees, our own supporters, our own players, it was New Zealand. So no, I'm not trying to underplay it. I just try to say that to say it's the biggest game, it's a bit of a slap of a face to the team that's beaten us already. But no, it's massive. No, it's exciting. It's nerve-wracking. It's an honour. It's Ari's 100th Test match. It's a big build-up. Rugby championships are all square. No, it's massive. We are desperately wanting to win this game. So the first thing is, moet ek Afrikaans praat? Ja, die eerste ding is...
Afrikaans of Engels for us.
Okay, I'll do it in English so the people here can also understand. Now, the first thing is, I think, I'm not saying that's the right way. The way we are you know, sort of approaching building squad depth is, you know, a guy like Fassi had a few starts now. You know, Damian Willems, he knows what he must work on as a 28-year-old who's won 2 World Cups or been part of 2 World Cups. We know we've got him as a banker there. We know when we're going to unleash him or give him a chance. We just think with Willie helping Kainan. I know Kainan knows himself. He didn't have a great game last week, and that's why we're backing him again. And having a calmer hand like a Willie there at the back helps a lot. You know, again, a guy like Sasha covers 10, 12 and 15 for you. Ethan, we don't have a specialist centre on the bench, and that's why Ethan will probably cover centres for us. Only centre for us. So the team we picked is we think we're going to have to match the pace while bringing the physicality. And, we thought they're going to go 5-3 split. So, we're trying to, at some stages, pick the team that we think can squeeze a win out against the best team in the world currently. And sometimes we try to put in guys under real pressure for them to understand what it's like. So when we press on their button a little bit later in the year, Ireland, France, next year, they kind of get used to the environment with senior players around them. I can't remember the second part of your question.
Ek dink dis my eerste keer wat ek in Nieu-Seeland is en teen Nieu-Seeland speel in Nieu-Seeland, so vir my 'n groot voorreg. As mens kyk na die geskiedenis van die All Blacks en die Bokke, is dit ek dink dit sal môre meer vir my inskop, so nadat aan die game kom, maar ja, ongelooflik bevoorreg om hier te wees. Soos ek altyd sê, al soveel ouens wat die vermoë het om ook hier te wees, en ek is net geseënd om in hierdie posisie hierdie naweek te wees. So vir my is dit belangrik om uit te gaan en my alles te gee vir my land.
It's a difficult thing for me to answer, so it doesn't come across the wrong way. But Ellis Park is for us holy. And 2 years ago, the All Blacks, we played them in Mbombela in Nelspruit, and we did well against them. And then we went back to Ellis Park. We lost against the All Blacks, and we've got the Ellis Park aura. And 2 weeks ago, we lost against Australia there. So. It gets talked amongst us, obviously, and I listened to Australia when they spoke about that. And then after you've achieved it, you don't go bragging around and say, like we beat them in Wellington a couple of years ago, and then we drew. After that, you don't go around and say, we beat them in Wellington, So it's on the night. It's a 70 by 100 meter field. It's a referee. There's 15 guys on the field. There's a crowd that's going to be passionate, like we played against the French team in France. In one of the games it was really vital. So we're not disrespecting that. We don't think there's something more that can motivate us just by playing the All Blacks. So I think it will be for them a hell of a benefit because, and sometimes it's not, like for us against Australia when they beat us there. So internally, I think you can back me up here. You don't get discussed a hell of a lot because, what can you do more? You're playing on a rugby field and it's the same measurement, so it will be great if we achieve that, but that's not our driving factor this week.